So, well, we have a little opportunity for you today, Franz. We're going to begin your saddle training.
Oh,
And so we have a little saddle stand here that we made, and it rocks.
yep.
And we're going to do a little role playing. So the idea again is to teach you how to properly mount, and then we're gonna play a couple games
Okay.
as we move forward to help you work on your balance. So the idea again is that when you transition into the saddle,
Yep.
you'll be stepping into the left stirrup,
Okay.
and then you're going to place your right hand here,
Okay.
and you bound diagonally across top of your saddle.
Okay.
Okay, you got that? So what this does is secures the saddle tree along the right side of the horse's wither, and it keeps the saddle from rocking and tweaking the horse's back.
So because most people kind of grab onto it. And
Yeah,
use the
they,
saddle as a
they
lift,
use the stirrup as a step,
and
right?
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like-
Okay.
and then they pull, and they grab the saddle horn, or they grab the cantle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And-
yeah,
and
yeah,
then-
yeah.
It pisses their horse off. So okay, so,
So the first thing you do is you put your leg in the stirrup.
yeah, first you say hi to your horse.
Hi, horse.
There you go.
How you doing? And don't pet it. Just
Well, no, you can just let him know you're there. You're
I'm
fine.
here. Okay.
Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to watch your horse as you're getting on,
Yeah.
because
So.
the horse's head and neck will kind of tell you how the horse is going to respond to you.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Oh.
get into handling the reins later, but right now let's just go ahead and stick your foot in the stirrup.
Oh, so you put your foot in the stirrup.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you put your hand over here.
Yeah, see how
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
you-
I already
okay, gonna
put
take
too
that
much
off?
pressure on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in the cavalry, what they would do is they would just have the instructor put his hand right here in the stirrup,
Uh-huh.
then have the trooper stand on his hand.
Ah, yes, and
And if he crunched the
trooper
instructor's knuckle, the
Yeah.
trooper was
was
thrown
not
off the other side.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
just
Okay.
telling you,
Yep.
That's too much weight. Okay, so well, plus we got to check your cinch, right?
Yes.
Did we check your cinch before you
No,
get on?
we didn't.
Well, we should probably do that. So the last thing you do before you stick your foot in the stirrup
Cinch it up.
is tighten up your cinch. Okay, so your saddle doesn't slip, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna just put that like that right now. That's fine.
All right. Let's try this again.
Okay,
So now put your leg in, but don't put pressure on it.
so yeah, so you want to
You want to be right here.
You want to secure the right side of the saddle, push down on
Right.
the pommel with a straight arm, watching your
Over.
horse's head,
Yep.
and then lightly drop into the saddle.
Was this too hard?
No, actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So obviously, if I go like clunk, the horse is like gets
Yeah.
a signal and could do something.
Well, you could also startle your horse.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do that, that's not a good thing. Because if you're a new rider, you may not know what to do.
Well, yeah.
That's the whole
yeah.
idea of doing this,
It's
right?
a relationship,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to have you go ahead and get off on the right side.
Oh. Okay. So what you do then is you would put your pressure right here. So you take your
Okay.
Out.
Remember to lighten your stirrup
yep, lighten your stirrup over here. Okay. And then put your pressure down.
on your left hand.
Yep.
Pivot.
Get down.
All right, good job.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get
So-
back on.
So yeah.
And we're
so
gonna
let me-
work on a
let
little
me step
balance
in.
exercise.
Okay.
So technically, you're going to take your foot out of the stirrup.
Yep.
You want to have your hand pre-positioned.
Before you
Before.
put your foot in the stirrup.
Yeah. So when I'm mounting, I'm going to be like this. I'll have my rein here. I'll have my hand here. I'll stick this, and I'll get on. Okay.
Okay. So, pre-position. Put it in the stirrup.
There you go.
Lean over. Get in. Watch your horse.
Very nice.
Put in second stirrup. and,
Okay. So where should your boot be in the stirrup?
But that's a really good question. I would guess like this, not too far in.
So
No,
where's
but then you have a heel that is probably set up to put the. I don't know. See, now I'm on the heel here.
yeah. You want to be on the ball of your foot.
Okay, so that was right, approximately. So kind of like this. So if you want to stand up,
Well, let's do this first. let's talk about the importance of an engaged ankle.
Okay. What's an engaged ankle?
It's an ankle that's about to get married.
Okay.
Okay, so an engaged ankle is where you have the top of your foot lifting up
Yeah.
and just open your knee up a little bit and lock it in place. If your foot's too straight, the ankle has a stopping point. Turn it out a little bit, you can come up almost another half an inch.
Oh yeah.
Keep your knee soft.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Very good. All right. So again, we're gonna pretend we have the reins in your
Oh, yeah,
hands.
yeah.
So
So-
you're gonna be out like this,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do a little balance exercise. Let's have
Okay.
you stand up in your stirrups.
Stand up in the stirrups. Okay. Okay. So the thing is, my balance is. Hang on a second. Okay. There we go.
Okay. So the
So-
horse is gonna start moving a little bit.
Okay. So here I already can feel that on the one side I wasn't in the right place on my.
Okay. You wanna try it again?
Yep.
Okay.
So you hold it like that.
So this is a page out of our leadership training when we bring our executives in and they've never been on horses, never been around horses,
Yeah.
and it's actually goes back even farther. So the U.S. Cavalry, when they were doing their training curriculum, they created wooden horses, wooden mounts,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the troopers would never get on a real horse until they'd gone through some of this basic instruction on the back of their wooden horse.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I have a video that was produced in Hollywood. It's really neat. So toes up.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what happens. There's a balance point.
Yep. Okay.
If your foot goes too far forward,
Yep. Then you of course fall backwards.
So what we want to do is pre-position the rider's leg. We're going to pre-position the rider's leg. Keep your knee soft.
Yep.
Keep a little weight in the stirrup.
Yep.
Turn your toe out. Turn your knee out. Bring your leg back.
Yep.
And keep it there.
Okay.
Both legs. Right.
Like this.
Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hinge at the hip, and you're going to bring your upper body forward by about 30 degrees. So you just reach with your hand. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Reach with your hands.
Okay.
Bend forward.
Oh man, that's scary.
It's okay. Bend forward. Just let yourself.
Oh yeah, I got it.
There. So at the waist.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was too stiff.
Yeah.
Head
Well,
up.
that's what happens. People they're not
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah.
going forward.
Yes.
They're comfortable turning, so they lock up.
Yep.
Okay. So bring your hands. You're good. Okay. Now all you're gonna do is you're gonna lead with your hands, and you're gonna come forward.
Lead with
By
your hands
lifting.
and go- Oh.
Yeah.
And now I'm secure too because now push it a little. Yeah, push it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So toes up, heels down, knees out, arms straight, chin up, waddle
down.
like a duck.
Waddle like a duck.
Quack,
sit
quack,
down.
quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You only get to quack if you waddle.
Yes, of course.
So we teach the little kids this. It's okay.
It's like okay, wait a minute. So your brain is like, keep your hands straight. Do your da 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 da. So let's run through this one more time, quick. Just so
Yeah.
so which is really interesting because of the whole dynamic of because
It's
when
it's very
when-
counterintuitive.
so when I do this, right? So I try to get up, and of course it makes sense. I'm pushing, and it pushes me backwards.
Exactly.
Now if I go like this, right? Lean forward.
Basically, everything that I teach you is the opposite of what your body intuitively
Yeah, and now
wants
I'm
to
standing up. Look at this.
do. Look
I
at
mean,
that, how
this-
nice that is.
this
Okay, so
is-
what we were looking at is your pant seam is straight up and down.
Yep.
From the calf through the ankle, it's at 30, and then your upper body should mimic this or follow that same.
Show me this over here one more time on the other side
Okay.
too. Is it correct here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toes up, heels down, knees out a little bit. Just turn your leg out, open
Yep.
it up there. Push your seat back just a little. Come back to here.
So it's
Okay.
okay.
Hands forward. Lead
Forward,
with your
lean.
hands. Come off the saddle.
Yep.
Toes up. There you go. So once again, the pant seam is straight. This is at a 30. This is close to a 30. You'll get a little more comfortable bending at the waist
Yeah.
and pushing your seat pockets back. So it's more like this. You're here.
Yeah. I can feel it.
You got
now.
that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see how you want to push down with your toes?
Yes.
What I want you to do is I want you to lift your foot up, tighten the front of your shin,
Yes.
take your toes to the top of your boot
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then turn it out and lock it. That's what we mean by an engaged ankle.
Yeah, that's what I have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're pretty stable. Now you're
Oh, yeah, no, it's like,
you're like, well, what happened was you locked your knee.
well, and the other thing I did is I didn't put my hands back. So if I
Try it
go
again.
like this again.
Okay, this
right?
time keep your knee a little softer.
Yeah,
Softer.
yep.
Good balance. Look at you. I just route your hip, the hip flexor a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, okay.
So this is your shock absorber all through here. So when you're riding and you're up in a 2-point, what we call 2 points of contact,
Yep,
or an elevated seat,
yep,
or in cowboy terms, you're long trotting your horse out, doing big circles.
yep,
You want to be up, you want to be as comfortable as you can,
yep.
which allows the horse to extend and be fluid through the shoulders in long trot. This would be an extended trot. Okay? But to begin with, we just start to teach this as a balancing exercise.
A little softer in the knee. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to show you one more thing.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and sit down.
Okay.
Okay, this time, put your hands here.
Yes.
Now push your seat back towards the back part of the cantle,
Okay.
not your feet.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
No,
Sorry,
just kind of push your seat back.
sorry. Okay.
Like-
Yes.
yeah, very
Yep.
good. Okay, now pre-position the rider's leg,
Okay.
toes out,
Yep.
toes up.
Yep.
Got your knees soft.
Yep.
Lean forward at the waist.
Yep.
Hands forward.
Hands forward.
Reach for your horse's ears. Keep your chin up.
Yep.
Look where you're going. You're the pilot.
Yep.
And up you go. And down. And up. And down. And up. And 1, 2. 1, hold. So the 2 beat is a short, so it's like a long 1 and a short 2, and all you're doing on the down beat is you're just touching and then coming back up.
So, like
So
this.
instead of sitting, you gotta come forward,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Instead of sitting down and then trying, because ultimately I'm going to teach you how to post at the trot,
Yep.
and you want to be able to maintain the correct diagonal, which is
Right.
rising with the outside shoulder of the horse. Okay? Yeah, you just kind of your 2 beat is
Oh, I
and then
see. I see.
forward.
Oh, I see. I see.
it's
Look,
more of
like
a
this.
cam movement
Look, like
as
this.
opposed to up and down this way. But it's more of a cam.
Like this.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Looks
So
good.
because then you
Looks
sit
good.
back to the. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to have you do is put your hands back on the pommel.
Okay.
And I want you to stand up in your stirrup, put your weight in your hands,
Uh huh.
and then I want you to take your feet out of the stirrups.
Both of them.
Correct.
Okay.
And I want you to stay off the saddle. So you'll have to squeeze with what we call the rider's A-frame.
And just do this.
Turn your toe. Let's see what happens to your feet. Keep your feet in position.
Okay.
Where
Oh, in the back. In the back.
Toes up, heels
Oh, yeah,
down.
okay.
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 Okay, squeeze. Stay up.
Well.
Up.
Okay.
See how your legs want to.
Yeah, of course.
So we'll train that because the 3
Oh, I see.
components of the
I'm-
rider's
you know
legs
what? I wasn't squeezing enough. Oh, my.
and is the hip through the thigh,
Yes.
the knee through the calf, and the ankle through the foot.
Yep.
So basically this triangle looks like this.
Yes.
So this is your A-frame.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You
So
wanna try it one more time?
Yep.
Okay. Keep the lower leg disciplined, right?
Yep.
Keep your lower leg in position. Up you go. Lift up on your hands.
Yep. Come off
Clear
the
the
seat.
seat. Now pick your hands up.
Wow, that's hard. Okay,
Okay, that's
so
good.
that's the when you're talking about, hey, do you want to do like a little exercise training, like, you know,
Oh yeah.
for your next marathon or whatever? That is hard because you're holding a whole.
You never use those muscles really. I mean, these are the muscles that you use as a rider, right? I'm gonna show you one more isometric just to help you out
Yeah,
with
yeah, okay,
conditioning.
yep, yep.
So 2 hands here.
Yep.
Just going to sit back a little bit. Bring your knees up
Yep.
to the swell. See the swells right
Yep.
here.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay. And you can bring your feet forward a little bit, kind of like this. Okay. And then what I want you to do is tighten your core,
Yep.
and I want you to squeeze.
Yep.
And I want you to then squeeze your legs as hard as you can, and we'll do it for a 10 count.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Again, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1005,
Oh, you suck.
9 and 10. Okay, good.
So
You feel
these
that
legs.
quivering?
No,
Did you feel your legs quivering?
no,
Oh, you weren't squeezing hard enough.
no. So these are the legs I use for skiing,
Oh yeah.
and I can ski all day because
Yeah.
that's the.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit trained more than, like my core here.
That's
Well-
pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. I thought the facial expression was.
Well, I mean, this was, you want to
Yeah.
be with it.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Let's go ahead and find your stirrups
So this
without looking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let me explain a little bit how to do this. So the mistake that people make is that they reach down for the bottom of the stirrup.
Okay.
Right? So what you want to be able to do is find the top of the stirrup and then wiggle your foot and bring it forward.
Okay.
Because the fenders they're
Got
not
it.
fixed. They swing.
Yes.
So
yes.
now you're riding your horse and you're loping around and you blow a stirrup
Yep.
inadvertently.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
Well, you're gonna grab and lean over, try to find the stirrup while you're riding.
Tell your horse,
So that
"Stop."
makes sense. So what you do is basically find the stirrup like
And
this.
then and like swim your foot forward.
Oh, that's really
My
easy.
tip. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. As soon as you find top of your stirrup, you can just wiggle your foot forward.
Huh.
But if you push down on the bottom, it's like chasing a beach ball,
Oh yeah, because
on-
you're gonna
on top
kick
of the
it.
water, you're always
Right?
like,
You're like this.
yeah, exactly.
But if you go,
Just like that.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, good. All right, so we talked a little bit about lower leg control. We talked about your A-frame. We talked about your balance exercise standing
yes.
in the stirrups. Any questions so far?
Well, I don't know if I remember everything, but there's no questions in general of the
Does that-
the idea.
kind of
I mean,
understand
it's
what we're saying?
the whole idea, obviously, center of gravity, making sure that when you stand up, you're in the right position, so you don't get the wobble and all that kind of stuff. And then the other thing that's interesting is the whole idea of locking your feet in exactly in the opposite direction your brain wants you to, right? Because you're basically saying out and up and lock, right?
Yeah.
And then lean forward, which doesn't make any sense, and then stand up.
Right.
But then when you stand, you're like, oh wow, this is really solid.
Yeah.
And then squeeze a little bit. Now,
And then the same thing with when you sit down, and I say secure your seat.
yeah,
What I want you to do is just grab the front and bring your legs up.
bring your legs up like this.
Yeah. Keep your toes up.
So
Pull your
toes.
pull your legs up. Okay. Because now your horse is just, the 4 stages of flight. Pre-alert, alert, startle, go.
Okay.
Horses blow and go, take off.
Yes.
First thing you have to be able to do is secure your seat.
Okay.
Because the untrained response, your hands will fly up
Yep.
and the horse takes off to the left, your body's going to fall to the right,
Yep.
and you're going to be rolling off the horse, or you can be flipping over the back of the horse's hindquarters.
Yep.
But by keeping your hands low and training yourself to go to the front of the saddle and then bringing your legs up, it's almost impossible for you to come off.
That's true.
Okay?
And
So,
so,
that,
so the legs up. Is this about the correct?
right up here in your swells. That's what swells are for.
I see.
So you-
All the
you
way
can-
up here.
You can lock in.
Okay, and then
And
lean
then come
forward,
back. No,
back,
back.
like this.
Oh.
So this is basically the position when you watch somebody ride a Bronco.
Okay, I'll go with that. So, but
Well-
I will tell you this technique has saved a lot of people that we trained, whether it's on the trail or in the arena, and a horse will bolt.
Yep.
And the first thing that we taught them, and they remember and will practice it, is they'll secure their seat.
Secure the seat.
Because the untrained default would be to try to balance, pull the horse and balance on the reins.
Yep.
But there's no there because the horse will just turn their head and you'll go like this. And once you get to this point right
Oh,
here,
you're done.
laterally, you're coming off.
Yep.
You get too far back, you're coming off.
Yes.
Okay? And if you go forward, let's say the horse stops and pivots, you're going to roll and land on your back this way.
Yep.
And it's like, you know what the hardest thing about riding is?
Not falling off? No.
The ground. Okay.
Okie dokie then.
Okay, you got that?
Yep.
Okay, toes up, heels down, knees out, arms straight, chin up, waddle like a duck.
Yep.
Waddle. Just move around a little bit in the saddle.
Okay.
And then you can quack, quack, quack.
Quack, quack, quack.
There you go. All right.
I'm a little on this one. I'm a little bit too far. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yep.
And that little bit, you know, you'll learn to kind of keep just enough pressure in your stirrups.
Yeah.
If you drop your toes, that's your stirrup release. So drop your toe, push
Yeah.
your toes down, and pick your knee up.
Yeah. Okay, so
Just go
it's,
like
it's
that.
yeah, it's
All
just
the way, no, all the way. Pull your
oh,
foot up.
all the way like this.
Yeah, and now you got to get off in a hurry because your horse is about ready to gallop off the side of a cliff,
Okay.
and you need to jump off. Now
Okay.
You're going to get your feet out of the stirrups. You don't want to get drug over the cliff with a horse, do you?
I see. Okay. Yeah, another good tip for not dying.
Theater of the mind here.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're back in the stirrups. Okay, so keep your hands in front of you because you don't ride with your hands behind you.
That is another good point.
Yeah. Okay, so you're
You put the
riding along.
reins behind you.
Yeah, all of a sudden, a bear jumps out,
Yep. So
and he's a big bear,
Yep.
and he's not happy, and he's coming for you.
Secure your seat.
No, run like your horse takes off galloping
Okay.
in blind panic.
So what you do is you go like this, pull up.
Yeah. There's
There
no
you-
unscheduled dismounts. So the
Okay.
first thing we would do is secure your seat,
Okay.
and then we'll work on directional control. Try to regain the horse's train.
So when you secure a seat like this, right? Now I'm against, what are they called again? Pommels?
Swells.
Swells.
This is the pommel.
Pommel,
This
the
is the
swells.
swells, yeah.
Okay, and I'm holding on
Yeah.
really tight.
So isn't this interesting that you have this nice little hand? So this is a decorative.
Yeah,
You
but
can
it
see
fit.
the rope. It's underneath it.
Yep.
Okay. But really, what this design, the original intention, was to give you a handhold,
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because it's perfectly.
right?
But
And then it turns into kind of a decorative spiral, and then they do a silver lace over the
Yep.
rope.
So now I'm locked. I'm secure.
Yeah.
Is this about the right position from leaning back?
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but if you needed to kick your feet out of the stirrups, that's it. You just drop your toes and lift your knee up,
Yep.
pull your foot out, and then if you're going to jump off,
Yep.
right, you're going to push off the pommel with your hands off to the side, and then when you hit the ground,
You roll.
tuck and roll, and then crawl as fast as you can to get away from the horse, because hopefully the bear will keep chasing the horse.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
You just play dead. You fall off the horse. You play dead.
Yeah.
The bear says, "Ah, that's dead."
The horse is a bigger meal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the idea of helping you understand the dynamic of securing your seat and then releasing stirrups as needed.
Yeah. So we go up. Still in the stirrup. Nope, I went too far.
Yeah.
I left
So
the
keep
stirrup.
your toes up and bring your feet forward
Yeah. So
if you don't want to blow your stirrup.
yeah. So if you're riding like this, you now
So
go
here we
like
go.
this.
Okay, ready? Okay, we're gonna pretend you're riding along. Just
Yep.
relax. Okay.
Okay.
Just try to keep your hands below the saddle horn in front of the saddle. That's
Okay.
That's our starting point right there. So we're just talking, everything's going fine. All of a sudden, this big
Something happens.
this deer jumps out of the
Yeah,
brush alongside the
Yeah.
trail, right? And you go 1, 2, 3, secure your seat. Okay.
So now I'm not far enough back.
Yeah.
Like this.
Hip flexors are really strong. They'll always pull you forward in that tuck position.
Yeah. But I'm still in the stirrups.
Yep.
Okay. A little bit out of this one, but see
That's
that
good.
you just wiggle it just a little bit. That's a really good trick.
Okay. Good. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on from here.
Yep.
I got a lot more material to cover for you
Okay.
in today's lesson. So now that you're a little more comfortable in the saddle,
Yep.
okay, we're gonna do what we call the numbers game.
Okay.
And the numbers game I created to help riders understand how to process auditory instruction.
Okay.
Because it's really kind of verbal instruction, right?
Yep.
and then be able to move intentionally to the correct location.
Okay.
The second part of that is we have a common language that we as horse trainers have created between the horse and the rider, and it's very much like this experience for the horse, because when we ride horses, it's a physical language, right?
Right.
So the common language the rider understands, the horse understands. In your case, my job is to teach you how to express yourself through that language to get the desired result from your horse,
Okay.
and not confuse your horse.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to just start with 2 movements.
Okay.
Okay. So this will be number 1. We'll take your left hand and just basically touch your
Touch the horse. Let's say the horse is
right.
here, right?
That's fine. Right there. That would be the right shoulder of the horse.
Right.
And then you're going to bring this hand back and touch the left hip
The horse.
of the horse.
Okay.
Okay. So this is 1.
So yeah, this is one.
This
Okay.
is 2.
2. Yep. Okay.
You got that? Okay,
Yep.
let's
So
try.
so, quick question. I have the rein now.
Just put the reins in your right hand.
So put both of the reins in your right hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let me get in
Very
position
good.
here. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I'm.
And you'll just reach underneath your reins like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Good. Okay. And you'll just want to turn your body. So when you're reaching back, keep looking ahead. And really, what we want to do
Oh yeah.
is we want to go like this.
Got it. So,
So
I'm way too.
1,
This
2,
one I was
1.
way too stiff.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
We're just
okay,
learning.
So,
Remember
yeah,
this.
no, I understand, but that's important.
So there's teaching and then there's coaching. So
Yes.
teaching is the intellectual rider that I'm training, and then coaching is the physical rider that I'm training.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Yeah, so the rider has zones,
Yes.
okay? And we need to be able to separate those zones. 2.
Oh my God.
1,
This is so funny.
1, 2. 1, 2. Switch hands. 1,
1.
2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, put the reins over the saddle horn. Okay, 1,
Okay.
2. 1, 2, 2, 1. Yeah, very good. All right, good. Okay, so now we're going to add a few more numbers. So 3 is your knee.
Touch it.
4, stop your head.
Okay. What kind of game is this?
5. Okay.
Is this a sobriety test? This is a horse sobriety test you're doing.
So you see how your hand went like that?
Yes.
You were quite sure where to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what we're trying to do is teach riders not to move inadvertently. We want them to be intentional with their movement and understand what they're doing before they do it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So we will go as 1, left hand. 2, 3,
What was 3? Knee.
knee.
Yeah. Okay.
4,
4. Cat.
5,
Nose.
good. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4.
What was 4?
Top of your head.
Okay.
5.
5. If you didn't have a 5.
There we go. It's right here.
Oh, 5 was a nose.
4,
Okay.
3,
No knee.
2. That's 1.
Oh, that's 1. That's
Yeah.
2. Oh my God.
1,
Okay, now hang on.
2, 3, 4. 4 goes up here.
Why? You know why?
I don't know.
Because my brain is like, you're going from top to bottom and you're screwing it up.
I am.
That's not fair.
Christian said that to me too. You should have. I go, no, the idea is that you understand
Duh.
what number is associated with what part of the rider's
Of course
body.
it is. Okay.
Okay, let's go right hand.
Right hand. Okay. 2. Oh, wait a minute. 2. 2.
1,
Okay.
3,
3. Knee.
4.
4. Head.
Good. 3, 4,
4. No, ahead.
3,
3,
4, 4, 5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2.
2.
Oh,
I caught it.
you did, yeah. After the horse flipped around on you. 1,
1. Okay.
2,
One.
3,
3,
5,
5,
4.
4.
All right, good job. Round of applause.
That
for
is,
Franz.
you know, that is actually really hard, and points out that your brain is really working against you at that point, because I guess this is really the repetition you need to have to feel comfortable, right?
Yeah. So there's 2 levels that, you know, for the rider's brain, let's say. So you have the intellectual part, which understands the theory, what we call intellectualize, to visualize, to verbalize. Then there's physically actualize, to memorize. Okay, remember that.
Yep.
So what we try to do through these reps and these games and different calisthenics on the back of the horse is teach the rider body control so that they're intentional with their movements.
Yep.
Once you have the physical platform built for the rider, then we begin increasing degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
And that's where all the different patterns and transitions come in.
Okay.
Okay, and that's lends itself to, because you have to be able to think and ride at the same time.
Well, when I watch you riding, right, I always keep telling you it looks like the horse knows already beforehand, right? Because you have trained yourself to manage all these things. So do you actually think about the movement?
There's a maintenance part of it,
Yeah.
like any team, any sport, like baseball starting spring training right now.
Yeah.
And what do? You know, they catch 1,000 grounders,
Yep.
1,000 fly balls,
Yep.
they run the bases,
Yep.
they work on conditioning. You go back to the basics all the time. So one of the things that I have this running dialogue when I'm riding is, I'm doing this bio sense kind of up and down my body line. And what am I doing? What am I communicating to my horse? Do I need to turn more? Do I need a little less pressure? Am I thinking things through before I correct my horse? How much, So I want to be able to calibrate these things on a consistent basis.
So you do actually really focus on that whole process. It's not totally
automatic.
automatic.
It's kind of running in the background.
Yeah, but it's
like,
still, yeah, okay.
I'm aware of it, because I know where I need to be, and
Yeah.
I know how I can help my horse move better.
Yeah.
And I can help my horse through their transitions.
Right.
And directional changes.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get into more of that too. Okay, so that's the numbers game, but it's also a good calisthenic for the rider, just helping you to develop more of a balanced seat and then being more intentional with your hands.
Look
You
at
see
this.
how you're.
This is
So
so,
just keep your.
this is so weird, right?
Yeah.
Because normally what you would do is, because I want to pick something up, right?
Of course.
So you train to, okay, look where your hand is going. Now I have to sit up, put my legs back, right? Sit in the saddle, right? Hold my rein. Okay, now I need to go back, but I'm supposed to turn a little bit with it.
So the idea. What is your primary sense as a rider?
Visual? See, that's wrong again.
Yeah, it's feel. So the visual, you're the pilot. So you've got to anticipate 50, 60,
Yeah.
100 feet ahead of your horse.
Yes.
And if you're working cattle, you got to be able to watch the cow.
Yes.
You can't look at the ground, you can't look at your horse because you'll lose the cow.
Yep.
But if you're guiding your horse, through a reining pattern, you got to know where you're going to take that horse and how to hold that line and where you are in terms of your spatial relationship within the pattern itself, right?
Yep.
So if you have to look down at your hands to figure out how to hold your reins or see what your horse is
It's
doing,
over.
you look up, you go, oh, where am I?
Yep.
Right. So then you've lost that spatial awareness.
Makes sense. And so basically, when you do this exercise, where I go back and turn my body a little
I
bit.
try to move you beyond visual recognition as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Yep.
keep you. As soon as I put you on the horse, what's going to happen is you're going to look down at the horse.
Of course. It's just
Okay.
the nature of things.
And why is that?
Because that's the focus for me right now. I'm sitting on this thing and I'm
Well,
focusing
you know
on
what? You're sitting on it.
yeah.
You know where it is.
Yeah, but still,
Why are you
I mean,
looking at
it's like you have this. Well, I'm sitting on this thing. I have to look at it. That's
So
the
the answer to the question is it's our body is programmed to defend itself. So
Makes
for the
sense,
same
yeah.
reason why you're going to want to ride like this with your
Right.
hands like this is going to be very difficult for you to extend your arms.
yes.
We'll get into the whole philosophy of making things more difficult and bring it back to simple and easier. But the idea again is that you will always default down to look at the horse in the beginning.
Yep.
So I have to train you to keep your head up and your eyes up and use your big eye.
Yep.
We'll get into the 2-second rule. You're looking at different things.
Yep. Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and dismount.
Just make sure. Wait a minute.
All right, good job.
Okay.